So go ahead, you're gonna get on your back, and you're gonna rock side to side. So just hugging your knees, rocking side to side, massaging that lower back out, right? Being like, oh, my back needs this today, right? Because you know what we do on rainy days, the more you sweat, the less it rains. That's the rule. So we better get to work. So you're gonna hug your right knee to your chest, left leg will be out straight, and you're just gonna go side to side there. So with the leg that you're kicking out straight, if your back's feeling tight, you could have that foot on the ground, right? It doesn't have to be kicked out straight. Whatever feels good to the lower back, right? So trying to think of starting to wake up the core a little bit, right? You're breathing, you're stretching, you're feeling fantastic. So on your next motion, you're gonna kick one leg up straight. Doesn't matter which one. You'll grab behind the hamstring or calf, and you're gonna alternate there. So your other leg could be out straight, just hovering above the ground, or you can put the foot down and just pull one hamstring toward you at a time. So it's whatever feels good to your back, right? And if your hamstrings are really tight, you can move slower, right? Sometimes it just feels good to just hold that a little bit longer. It just depends on you, right? And you don't even have to keep up with me. I might go really slow, but my hamstrings usually aren't too tight. It kind of depends, right? So we're gonna go one more to each side, right? So here's one, here is two, and then you're gonna relax those legs down, and we're gonna get into some core bracing. So as you're on the ground here, think of pushing that lower back down to the ground so your core is gonna be all the way tight, right? And you're just gonna inhale in through your nose, nice easy exhale out through your mouth. So really, really focusing on the core because it is gonna get used like crazy today. So now you're gonna bring both of those legs into tabletop. So making sure that you're still drawing in that lower back, right? It's a little more challenging with your legs up. You're gonna take a nice big inhale in. Exhale, you're gonna kick both legs up straight. Point your toes, squeeze. Nice easy inhale, coming back to tabletop. So it's at your own pace, right? You wanna go nice and slow and controlled just so you can focus on breathing and moving with those legs, right? If you need to have one foot down on the ground for this, right? And just do one leg at a time, that's fine too, right? It just depends on how tight you are or how your back feels, right? So you can have one foot down if you want, or you can have both legs up, right? And I'll even tell you when to switch if you have one foot down, I promise. I'll try my best to remember at least. So go ahead, if you have one foot down, you can switch, right? And get that leg stretched out. Exhale every time we're pointing and kicking the leg or legs up and tensing up those abs, right? You can even put your hands on your stomach and be like, oh yeah, there's those abs, they're there, right? So we got about 10 more seconds. So let's do maybe one more here, one more good one. So kicking up, point, squeeze, and then bring those legs all the way down. So we're gonna start with a modified dead bug. You're gonna have your arms up straight. As your right arm goes back, your left leg will come up into a tabletop, and then you'll come down and you'll switch. So you always have one foot down on the ground, right? We're gonna slowly be building into this move. And as you're doing this, your main focus is what your core is doing, right? So you're moving your arms and legs, but it's really not that complicated, right? You want to pay attention more to keeping your core tight and that lower back down. So we're going to go for about 15 seconds like this, and then we're going to step it up a little bit. If you want to, right? You always have the option to stick right here if this is what feels good to you. So go one more to each side, okay? And then, if you can, you're going to bring both legs into tabletop, and your arms will be up straight. Now we're gonna do the same thing. Now you're just gonna kick out more. So your right arm would come down, your left leg kicks out, you'll come back to the middle, and then you would go to the other side, right? So you can do a smaller kick if you want to. You don't have to extend your leg all the way, right? If your back's feeling tight, then go ahead and you're gonna keep on doing what you were doing before and always have one foot down on the ground, right? So this is gonna help us warm up our core while using our arms and legs, right? Because you're gonna have to do that today. So again, you're taking your time, you're focusing on that lower back, okay? And if it hurts your back, just put a foot down. It won't hurt anything, I promise you. I won't let you out easy. Okay, we got 15 seconds. Taking that time, exhale out, inhale, drawing in. Remember, you can do smaller motions if you want to. Okay, we're gonna go one more to each side. Right, yeah, my hip just popped. You can't hear it though, maybe. Okay, and then you're gonna relax those legs down, and we're just gonna do a slow and controlled crunch. So hands are behind your head, elbows are wide. You're gonna let that head rest into those hands. Nice big inhale in. Exhale, we're gonna lift up into that crunch, push the back down. Nice and easy, inhale, coming back. So it's a slow crunch, right? You wanna let your head rest into those hands the best that you can, right? And you're trying not to let that neck hurt or pull on that neck. So really let your head relax into those hands. And if you're having trouble with the crunches, you can do a neck hammock. So neck hammock, if you lace your hands together, that'll help support your neck a little bit more, and put it at the base of your skull. And then your thumbs go right under your ears. Neck hammock. It's a thing. I just invented it. Don't be selling it now. That's my idea. So on your next motion, we're just going to lift. You're going to hold that crunch, and you're going to march your legs. So one leg comes toward you and then the other. You're trying to keep that lower back down to the ground. And you should start to be feeling your core here by now, I would hope, you know. Unless you've got like steel abs, I don't know. My abs are starting to burn already. So we're gonna go for about 15 more seconds here. So just hanging on to that movement, keeping the elbows wide, chin staying off the chest, right? We've got 5, here's 4, here's 3, here's 2, here's 1. You can relax your head down, and we'll do a few bridges just to give your abs a little bit of a break. So just nice easy inhale in, exhale, we're gonna press up, squeeze those glutes. Nice easy inhale, you're coming back. So it's just a slow, controlled bridge, right? You're just squeezing the glutes, you're stretching out the back, you're waking up the hamstrings a little bit, right? And just taking your time. You can handle that. Yeah, bridges. We aren't doing too many bridges today, so soak these up if you like them. So in about 10 seconds, we're gonna stay up in our bridge, and we'll work our calves a little bit. So taking your time with that movement, right? So on that next bridge, you're gonna step, you're gonna hold, and we're gonna go up and down on our tiptoes, right? So just going up and down on the tiptoes, right? Keeping the hips up, and you don't even have to go fast with the tiptoes. Just squeeze the calf and back. So we're almost there. In about 5 seconds, we're gonna stay on our tiptoes and hold. So you're gonna stay on your tiptoes, hold that bridge. We're just hanging tight right here. Pretty simple, right? Yes, super simple. And we got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're gonna relax your hips and heels down. And now we're gonna go into a modified bicycle crunch. So hands are back behind your head. You're gonna go opposite elbow, opposite knee, that foot will come down, and then you'll go to the other side. So you always have one foot down on the ground, and that's how we keep it modified, right? So we will be doing some bicycle crunches later today. So when I say, hey, remember how to modify, this is how you'll do it. But you're just nice and easy going side to side. And if you can, you kind of want to stay up in a crunch and go side to side, and try not to come down in between each one. But if you want to, you can. I don't think it feels as good to come down all the way between each one, but maybe you do. You're different than me, right? So we got 15 seconds, and then we're gonna get started, right? We just needed a little bit of a warm up today, nothing too wild, right? So we got 5, here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. And you can relax. Okay, so we've got about 14 moves here, and we're gonna do each one for a minute. So your first move is gonna be a roll up. So legs would be out straight, arms are out straight, you're trying to roll up to the top, and then come back down. So if a roll up feels like you kind of can get halfway up, but not all the way, you could use something to help you lift up, act like you're gonna throw it and come back, or you can always do a crunch. Ready? And go, right? So you're just roll up and back. Every time you come up to the top, you want to kind of think of holding onto that posture. So you want to sit up nice and tall. And your goal is to try not to let those legs come up too much. So on this, if you wanted to make it a little bit more challenging, you could keep your arms by your ears the whole time, and it makes it a heck of a lot harder, right? So kind of go at whatever feels good to you. You're using that posture, right? And we're going to be doing all kinds of core work today. So if you feel like you're getting tired, that's okay. It's going to burn. Okay, so we've got 30-ish seconds left, just under 30 seconds. You're going to think my clock moves slow, but it doesn't. And you just want to maintain a rhythm and speed that you think you can keep for a minute. Right, so that doesn't mean you have to get in as many as possible in a minute. Don't do that. So we got about 5 seconds here. So let's do 2 more. There's 1. We'll do 1 more. Here's 2. And you're going to relax. So the next one we're going to do is just going to be an opposite elbow to opposite leg. So you're going to keep your left leg bent. Your right leg will be out straight. You're just going to go left elbow, right leg, and come back. So left elbow, right leg, and back. So if having your right leg straight hurts that hip too much, you could bend that knee instead, right? And it's still gonna work those same core muscles. And again, this isn't like a race speed, so take your time. If you wanted to make it a little bit harder, you could have your left leg in tabletop instead of having it down on the ground, right? Yeah. So taking your time, crunching over and back. It doesn't have to be complicated. We're going to do 2 more and then switch sides. Here's 1, here's 2, and then you'll switch. So right leg is bent, left leg is out. You're going right elbow, left leg, right? So remember, you could bend that knee if you want to make it harder. Right leg is off the floor and tabletop. You're just crunching over and back. Trying to keep that left leg straight if you can, right? But you don't have to if it doesn't feel good to the hip. We've got 15 seconds until we go to our next move. Yay! Right? This is going to be a fun day. You're going to think about me all weekend. Let's do 2 more. There's 1. Here's 2. And then you're going to relax. So this next move, you have 2 options. You can keep your feet down on the ground if you want to. If you want to make it a little bit harder, both legs would be in tabletop. And you're going to do a triple crunch. So what that means is you're going to crunch up 3 levels. You crunch up 1, 2, 3, and slowly come back down. So legs can be on the ground or in tabletop. Ready? And go. So you're up 1, 2, 3, slowly come back, right? 1, 2, 3, slowly come back, right? And remember, you can have those tabletop legs, right? It's really just whatever feels good to your back, right? Your abs are going to burn, so probably none of it feels good to your abs. Unless you love that burn of the abs, right? But keep those elbows wide. Try not to pull on that neck. And as long as it feels like you're doing 3 levels, that's all that counts. Even if you just get 2, I'll take it. Okay, we've got 20 seconds. And we're already on our next move. How fast are we going today? Okay, you're doing a great job. 15 seconds to go. Trying to lift as high as you can every time you get to that 3rd level. Okay, go ahead and do 1 more set of 3. Here's 1, 2, 3, and relax. So now we're going to go to a bicycle crunch. So you have the option to always have 1 foot down, just like we did in warm-up, right? And you can even scoot your heels away from your butt to make it a little harder. Or you can have that other leg out straight, and you're going slow and controlled, trying to make sure you extend that leg all the way. Go for it. So you crunch and crunch, okay? So if you're not modifying, this is what you would look like. You're going slow and controlled, and you're kicking out that other leg, right? If you are modifying, have that foot on the ground. If it feels easy, just scoot your feet away from your body a little bit, and it'll make it a whole new ballgame. Okay, and you're taking your time on either exercise. Whether you're modifying or not, you're not going fast. Okay, so we have less than 30 seconds left, right? Making sure you're holding that same rhythm that whole time, right? You want to maintain the same speed. Okay, you're doing a great job. You've got 15 seconds, right? You're almost there, 10 seconds to go. Keep moving no matter what. Even if you feel like you need to modify right now, do it. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to relax. Okay, so now it's going to be kind of like another warm-up move. So you have the option. You can have 1 leg in tabletop, one leg down, or if you want it harder, both legs are up. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna crunch and kick. So you could crunch and kick up to the ceiling, or you can crunch and kick out into a V. If you kick into a V, it's a little bit harder, right? Ready? And go. So you inhale in, exhale, crunch and kick, and come back, right? Remember, you can have one foot down and do that same motion. And keeping those elbows wide, because it's gonna help you hold posture with your core, right? So every time you lift into that crunch, you're gonna feel that back push down. And the more you do exercises like this, the better you are at bracing your core, right? And bracing your core is gonna help you from throwing your back out. And that's pretty important. Nobody wants to have a hurt back. Heck no. Right, so taking your time. If at any point you need one foot down, that's fine. I'll tell you when you need to switch those legs. Okay, you're doing an awesome job here. If you had one leg down, go ahead and switch, because that means we are halfway. Otherwise, keep maintaining your rhythm. You're trying to get those shoulder blades up off the floor. You're trying to kick your leg or legs as straight as possible, pointing your toes and squeezing. Okay, you're almost there. You have 15 seconds, right? Oh boy, core, 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 core. Keeping those elbows wide, right? Focusing on lifting with your core, not pulling on that neck. You've got two more. Here's one. Coming back, here is two, and relax. Okay, we got another kind of crunching type move for a while here. So just get used to your abs burning. Okay, so what you're gonna do here, you're gonna do L legs. So what that means is you'll have your right leg up. If you can, your left leg will be out straight on the floor. And then you're gonna crunch over left elbow to your right leg. So to make this harder, you would just have your left leg hover off the floor. Otherwise, just try to crunch as close to the leg as you can. Ready? And go. So exhale, you crunch over, inhale back. You're trying to have that right leg as straight as possible, right? If your back was hurting, you can bend that left leg in to help stabilize that back a little more, right? Or if you're thinking like, Mary, this is too easy, have your left leg just float right above the ground. Okay, hanging on to that move. This is pretty sick, nasty, I think. Oh, right, you're doing a great job. You have 5 seconds. Let's do two more here. Here's one, here's two, and relax. Whew. All right, right leg is out straight on the floor. Left leg is up. We're going right over the left leg. So crunching over and back, right? And remember that right leg can hover, right? If you want to make it harder, or bend that right leg and let it be closer to your body, right? We're more focused on what our left leg is doing than what our right leg is. Okay, and I promise we are getting to even more fun ab moves, if you can believe it. Okay, we got 5 seconds, so two more. 1 and 2, and you're gonna relax. Hug your knees to your chest for a second. Just rock side to side, just to massage your back for a second and breathe. Okay, so we've got 2 more moves on our back until we sit up. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna have those legs in tabletop again, right? And I'll show you how to modify this if you need to. You're gonna exhale, lift, kick your legs out. You're gonna do a flutter kick, legs come together, you come back in. So I'm gonna show you that again, then I'll show you how to modify. So you would crunch, kick out, you'd go flutter kick, legs come together, you come back in. So if you're modifying, you're gonna have 1 foot down, you're gonna crunch and kick, that leg would come up, it would come down, it would come up, or up and down, and then you would bend back in. So you do 2 up and downs with that leg, and I will tell you when to switch, I swear. Ready? And go. So you'd exhale, crunch and kick, you'll do flutter kick, come together, back in, right? Crunch and kick, flutter, back in. And if you're modifying, I'll do it with you here. You'll kick, you'll come down, up, and in, right? So do either variation, right? If your neck was hurting, just keep your head down and focus on your core and that leg moving up and down, right? Don't feel like you have to add in that crunch, right? Unless it doesn't hurt you, okay? So if you're doing 1 leg at a time, go ahead and on your next one, switch those legs, right? And you'll go right into it doing the same thing, right? If you're not modifying, That means you're over halfway and you're still kicking those legs. You're still grooving, right? And you're breathing, hopefully. So we got 15 seconds. Taking your time. Remember, if your neck's hurting, keep that head down, right? If your back's hurting, put a foot down, right? There's lots of ways to do core work. So we got 10 seconds, and then we got another fun move of the day. You're almost there, 5 seconds. So finish the set you're on, and then relax. All right, so the only way to make this more fun is if we do straight leg bicycles, don't you think? I do. So straight leg bicycles, you have two options. Option number one is gonna be, you always have one foot off the ground, those legs are straight, and you're kicking there. If you're modifying, do what you did before, have one foot down, just extend your legs out a little bit. We got a minute like that, and then we're gonna be in the seated positions. Ready? And go. So you're crunching over and kicking. Again, you're taking your time. You wanna go slow and control. Okay, if you're modifying, you've got a foot down on the ground, right? And you can take your time, one set at a time. It's still gonna burn. Even if you're modifying, I promise you it burns, right? You just have to take care of what feels good to your back, right? And by now, your abs are just kind of going numb because you're like, oh my gosh. That's what I'm thinking, okay? So you're over halfway there. Keep breathing, keep crunching, right? Inhale to one side, exhale when you crunch to the other. Inhale one side, exhale to the other, right? Or you could just inhale and then exhale when you get back to the other, okay? You're almost there. You've got 10 seconds to go. Okay, we've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. And we're in the seated position. Oh, thank goodness, right? We're almost there. I won't even tell you how many more we have left. But if you know, we're over halfway. Okay, so you're going to be in a seated position, and we're going to do, I call these karate chops. Okay, so what you're going to do, you're slightly tilted back. You're just going to extend with the opposite arm and opposite leg going side to side. So if this position does not feel good on your back, you could be flat on your back here, right? And you could extend there and keep your head down and keep the back down, okay? So either way you do it, as long as you're keeping your back down, by now your core is just already tensed up, it doesn't matter, right? You ready? So you're slightly back, your arms at a 90 degree, you're gonna extend and kick, right? Karate chop that leg, right? So you could go kind of a slow controlled pace. If you feel like you're on a rhythm and you wanna go a little bit quicker, you could, right? You can try to go as quick as you want, as long as you hold on to it, right? So hanging on to it, if it hurts that back, remember, you're gonna kick back all the way, you're gonna extend and lift. So you're still working your core, even if you're all the way back, because it's making you go opposites, okay? So do what you need to do. If you need a break before the whole minute, do it. That's fine. The good news is, you've got 15 seconds to go, right? This one's going too fast. Maybe because it's an easier one, you think? I don't know. 10 seconds. You're almost there. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. So as you relax, just sit forward, stretch out that lower back as I tell you what we got next. So we're going to do what's called frog kicks. So frog kicks, you're going to have hands by your hips. As you tilt back, you'll kick and come back out. If you want your hands more forward, you could have them out to the side and back. If you're modifying, you're going to go one leg at a time. You'll tilt and kick and come back. Okay, so we got a minute there. I'll promise I'll tell you when to switch. If you're doing one side, ready? And go, right? So if you're modifying, you're going one arm, or both arms, one leg, right? If you're going non-modified, you're gonna kick out and come in. So you can have your hands on the ground. I usually don't like having my hands on the ground, but that's okay if you do. Find where it's comfortable, right? If you wanna go a little bit wider, right? Push into the floor a little bit. Just bend your elbows as you come back so those shoulders don't tense up. Okay, you're gonna break down. There's your halfway mark, so you can switch legs. So this one, you're gonna feel through your quads, your hip flexors like crazy, right? The lower back is gonna be working. It's really whatever feels good to you is what you wanna do on this motion, okay? Stick with it. This is the last, well, it's not the last one like this, but you've got 15 seconds, and then we're gonna be back to our back for a little bit. Okay, so hang with the range of motion you like. You've got 5 seconds, let's do 2 more. There's 1, here's 2, and you can relax. Okay, so now we're on our back. So on this, if you can, you're gonna hold a crunch the whole time. If holding a crunch hurts your neck, or if your abs are just like, nope, no more, don't feel like you have to do it. But you're gonna have heels down, toes up, and we're gonna start with alternating taps. Okay, ready? And go. So you're just alternating taps. We're going small taps, right? Small taps are gonna work better, right? I don't want you to take long taps. That gives you a longer break. Okay, so you can stay right here. If this feels like a challenge to you and you like it, stick right here. If you want to step it up, you're going to have both heels move, and the smaller you go, the harder it is, okay? So if you're doing both, it's a lot more challenging. You could even kind of do a modification with a double. So you could go tap, tap, double, right? And kind of still get a double in there, but it's not all double, right? But whatever you need to do to hold that crunch and hold that position, you're over halfway, right? Keep moving those legs quick, small motions. This is so much core control. It's a lot of lower ab work because you're using your legs. Okay, you've got 10 seconds to go. Keep breathing. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. Oi, 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 right? All right, so now we're gonna do a fun summer ab. We're gonna climb a tree. Isn't that funny? So your left leg is gonna stay bent. Your right leg is gonna be up straight. Okay, so what you're gonna do here, you're basically gonna climb your leg. So you're gonna take your left hand, it's gonna touch your inner thigh, then you're gonna lift and kind of pull. Your right hand will touch your shin, and then you tap your foot. So it's a 3-way pull, right? So you're going up and there. So you'll go inside, outside, foot. Okay, so only go up as high as you feel you can. Maybe you only make it to your knee. I don't care, that's perfect. Ready? And go. So you got inside, outside, foot. Right? Inside, outside, foot, or whatever you're reaching up to. It doesn't matter. And you can even use your leg to help you come up, right? You're climbing. So use that leg to your advantage, right? Your leg's strong enough, right? And if you don't kiss your toe, we're not gonna move on from this exercise. And I can see your guys' toes in the camera, so uh-oh. Right? I just did because you weren't looking. Okay, you're doing a great job. You've got 20 seconds. Okay, and then we're gonna switch legs. So taking your time, keep on moving through. It's inside, outside, or reach. Foot, reach, whatever. One more. Okay, and then now we switch, right? Right foot's down, left leg's up. Might as well go for it. Go. So inside, outside, foot, or reach, whatever you can reach, right? So try to lift as high as you can. After this, you're probably gonna want to go climb a tree. You're gonna be like, hey, that was pretty fun. I think I could climb a tree because my core is so tight. Right? And if you do that, you better keep your core tight because I don't want you to fall out of the tree. That wouldn't be good. Okay, we got 15 seconds. You're almost there. And we're almost done. Right? That's your happy note. You got 3 more moves. Okay, you got inside, outside, foot. We're almost there. 1 more. Inside, outside, foot. And you can relax. That wasn't too bad, and we're going to be in the seated position. Oi, 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 right? I know. Okay, so for this move, we have 2 options. Okay, I like to call this a starfish. So option number 1 is you're going to keep your knees bent. You would tilt back as you do. Your arms would come wide. You would lift the leg, come all the way back in, right? So I'll show you again. You come back, arms go wide. You would lift, come back. If you want to advance it, it's going to get real fun here. You would come back, arms and legs go wide. You'll come back in. Wide, come back in. Right, does not look exciting either way. It is. So I'm going to start modified. If you're doing advanced, just keep on grooving through it. I'll go to it eventually. Ready? And go. So you would tilt, arms go wide. You would go knee, come back in. right? So I'm still modifying here, showing the modified version, which is still gonna burn you up like crazy. Okay, and then now I'm gonna show you how to advance it, right? So we're coming wide and back, right? Wide and back, wide and back. We've got 30 seconds, right? On this, if your back hurts, right? Come up, sit, even stretch before you go into the next step, right? Do what you feel like you need to do to be successful. Okay, you're doing a great job. You've got 15 seconds. Keep on grooving. 10 seconds. Right, you've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And you're gonna relax. 2 more fun moves today. Okay, so we're on our back. You have the option either one leg down, one leg up, or both legs will be a little harder. And we're doing what's called heel reaches. So your goal is to try not to let your legs move too much. You're trying to reach and crunch up high to touch those heels. So if you have one foot down, it makes it a little bit easier, right? I'll tell you when it's halfway to switch. Ready? And go, right? So you can have one foot down. You're trying to lift up as high as you can without using the leg to touch that heel, okay? If it's harder, or you want to make it harder, you've got both those legs up and you're trying to lift up as high as you can without moving those legs and reaching, right? So it's not very easy at all. It's pretty tough. Okay, but you're doing awesome. So that's good news. Right, you got 30 seconds and then we got 1 move left. Right, you're almost there. Okay, we got 20 seconds. Right, keep on rocking. Keep on lifting. You can switch legs. I think I forgot to say that. You know, I almost made it with remember the whole time. 10 seconds to go. Keep on working through. You got 5 seconds. Let's do 2 more. Right, here's 1. Here is 2. And you're gonna relax. Okay, this last move is an isometric. We're gonna do what's called an Arizona ab. So your legs are gonna be in tabletop. Your hands are gonna be right on your quads. So the goal here, you want your hands to push against your quads as hard as possible, and then your quads are gonna push back. So it's a constant push between your arms and legs. The second you start it, it should hurt. If it doesn't hurt, you're not pushing hard enough, okay? Head gets to stay down the whole time. We're going for a minute. Ready? And go. So push as much as you can, right? If you feel like your back is arching, that means you're not pushing enough with those legs, right? So try to keep a constant push and contraction here. Make sure you're breathing, okay? And this is getting your deep, deep down core muscles, right? This is going all the way through. This is a pure core exercise, right? If you think planks are hard, hey, welcome to a new game of core work. So keep on pushing through, keep on breathing, make it as hard as you possibly can. You've got 20 seconds left. Pushing, fighting, make sure those arms are burning, legs are burning, abs are burning. Make it as hard as you possibly can. Keep on breathing, keep on fighting. You have 15 seconds left. Right, you got 10 seconds. Keep fighting, keep pushing. We're almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Woo! There you are. Little Friday core. You don't want to